Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm doing an Allbirds stock analysis. Now, if you don't know what Allbirds is, it is a shoe company that recently said they're going into AI, which to be honest is quite a bit crazy. So they're selling their entire shoe department, and they made shoes that look like this, which are like kind of eco-friendly shoes, which is also one of the reasons I believe they're selling this department because, to be honest, who cares about eco-friendly shoes, and rather pivoting into AI. So that is one of the reasons why the stock has absolutely exploded. It was up 580% here on Wednesday. So if we make each candle 15 minutes instead, it's a bit easier to see what a week they've had. So they started down here about $2.5 and raised all the way up here to $27 at one point before falling back down a bit. Then we did see it fall quite a bit before then being up 15% today. It was down like 20 something percent yesterday. But overall, the volume in this speaks for itself. I mean, look at the volume prior to this. There is virtually no volume at all, and currently volume is quite insane. So this is just hugely speculative, and I'm not a huge fan of Allbirds to begin with. Now, also, they only got $39 million for their venture sell of these shoes, which is quite crazy. So to be honest, that is not enough money to make an AI company besides what they had in the bank. Now, if we take a broader look at the stock, we can see that it is quite poor. It has fallen 99.6% from the original IPO price, which is just way too high. Now, it might look quite a bit high, but they also did a reverse stock split. So if you had 20 stocks in September of 2024, you would then only have one stock now. And reverse stock splits of this magnitude is never a good sign, which is also one of the reasons I don't like this stock at all. I'd say I am not a fan of this stock one bit. I am actually quite impressed that it is still on the stock exchange because if we just take a look at how much money they make, virtually nothing, and they're losing more money because their revenue is falling as well. So if you look at the financials as well of this company, debt $39 million, they have $27 million in cash, which is quite impressive, but the total enterprise value really isn't that great. Well, the market cap is quite high at the moment compared to earlier, and that is also, of course, because the stock price has risen so much recently because they're pivoting into AI instead of these shoes. Now, they don't have that many employees, which is great, and most of these employees are definitely going to get fired and sold off with the shoe brand. Now, if you look at the revenue in this company, you can see it's shoes they're making. So in 2019, they made 193 million, and last year 152 million. That is quite poor improvements because it has actually gone down from less than when they started out, which is quite impressive. And just look at internationally and in the US as well. People don't want eco-friendly shoes; they want Adidas, Puma, and Nike. Now, if you go down into the seasonals of the stock, you can see it has never been good business to own the stock unless, of course, it just absolutely exploded on AI news. You would have lost money no matter when you bought the stock. So to be honest, I don't like it, and I don't think anyone should be buying this because I think it's gonna fall back down again. Because they have so little money to start this AI venture, which was gonna be GPU renting, I believe it was. So they would be buying a lot of GPUs and then renting them out for data centers and stuff like that. I don't think that is a good enough idea with that little kind of money, unless of course they can get some huge investors to back them up. Now the technicals for this, for the day it's a buy, for the week it's a buy, and for the month it's a buy as well. Now if you don't know what technicals is, that simply say on the price movement alone should you buy a stock, and because it rose so much, of course they're gonna say buy. In my opinion, it would be a strong sell. If anyone owns this stock, I would be like, sell, man, just sell. If I had this stock, I would sell no matter what because it is purely speculative. I mean, the market started with up 10%, now it's up 14%. So to be honest, I don't like this stock. And as I said, I do think it's going to be down maybe $3 or $4 at the end of next week. If we look at the analyst rating on this, we can see there is only one analyst rating, and we don't even have price target, which is absolutely appalling for such a company. And if we look at their EPS annually, I mean, still they're just estimating to lose money. As well, and down here in the revenue, really, it's not that impressive. Of course, it's going to be interesting to see once they properly make guidance for their new AI company and what they're actually going to be doing. But to be honest, I think this is a dead sailor in the water. If I were shorting stocks, I would definitely be shorting Allbirds because I don't see this making it at all. However, I do think there might be a chance we might see some short squeezes because I don't think I'm the only one thinking a short would be a good idea because a lot of people would often, of course, just think, oh, let's just squeeze the shit out of this then because, of course, there's going to be a lot of shorters having to cover their positions. Now, in my opinion, I think no one should go close to this stock because I think it's a dead in the water. That was my analysis on Allbirds. If you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And of course, remember, this isn't financial advice. This is purely for entertainment and educational purposes.